All right, so we're here with
Shunping.
what did you do this weekend?
Went to North America WCQ, tried pretty hard, and with X3 got 100th. Yeah,
Tears.
that was close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what were your losses to through the day?
Lost. I lost to the both the Khan brothers, Faisal at the first round day 2 and Emron for fourth round day 1. Yeah, I just lost to both of them, and I lost my feature match at the end of day 1
Because of time. Even though you had lethal.
Yeah, I had lethal
and you played. What did you play?
I play a very crazy 60 card Gouki deck, and most people, like a lot of people saw me playing on stream. Also, a lot of people just asking me about my deck list. So I was like, if I don't top, I know a lot of people demand it. I just do my deck profile.
Anyway, yeah. All right, so let's hop right into it.
So first was Gouki monsters. Play 3 Suplex, 1 Twist, 1 Rice Goal, 1 Hatbat, and 2 Octo. No Bear Hug. So, according to myself, I never played a pure build. I was mixing with some extenders and lower the Gouki number amount. According to myself, every Gouki besides Super X is a brick if you draw it, because they don't combo with anything else pretty much. You need to play 2 Octo because the ISO, you need target in the deck. So I just decided to max out Super X and play the minimum number of possible. Like Bear Hug was not necessary, and I also play 3 Super X's. I have Invoker. Sometimes I will run out of targets, so I just like I'll play 3. But I usually set out 1. So that's 8 Goukis, a very low amount, even I play 60 cards. Then Ebly, obviously, Nightmares. Then it's the fun part, the extenders. Play the Hero Engine. 1 Vion, 2 Shadow Mist, and 3 Malicious. I like this card a lot. This is pretty much how, like, what I built my deck around with. This card is a 1 card, 2 free link materials. So you can go 1 card Vion, 7 Malicious, then you have then you get to ISO, there's 2 more monsters on the field. And so all my combo starter usually was 1 card, and other Gouki like regular Gouki deck you need to start with 2 cards. So I have a little bit higher advantage on that part. And because Malicious is broken, so I play more cards to send Malicious to graveyard. 3 Armageddon Knight and 3 Dark Griffa. This is a small combo you can do. Also, you can do a Shadow Mist. You send Shadow Mist with Armageddon Knight, then you search Griffa, then you pitch the Griffa to special summon Dark. You pitch the Malicious to special summon Dark Griffa, because he also has a fast saying you can pitch a level 5 or higher Dark monster to special summon him. If you raw draw it with any other Dark, you also it's just an Armageddon Knight as well. And because I have so many cards that send Dark monster to graveyard, I also have some Dark targets for me to send as well. So the PK boots, you're able to search the PK trap as an extender. So if you mill it, it's just another monster. Necrogarner is usually the target I search by ISO, because once you give your opponent the Ibli, and you have a Necrogarner in the graveyard, they're not able to crush, and then they're not able to evenly match or activate any Sky Striker spells afterwards. Also, that was a theory, but in real life, when testing, I saw more Lily Bells somehow. They just don't realize the Necrogarner's in the graveyard, and some Lily Bell attack was banished, negated. I also stopped 2 Borderload Dragon attack, which is amazing as well. Then the Destrudo, people think the card is shit because you pay half, and the new time rules was if you're not paying half, you're probably losing the game because you don't have an out to it. Or just do it. If you can actually win the game by paying half, I will do it. Yeah, and that's the Dark Engine. Used to be another Plague Spreader just to make sure if I draw like 2 malicious or my Ibli, I can shuffle back the brick. But since we don't have needle fiber, then the card is like, if you raw draw it, it's another brick. Like, why would I play a brick to solve the brick issue? That's why I cut it for other cards. Like, if I was in OCG, like I will be, I will play needle fiber. I will play Plague Spider Zombie as well. And more extenders, like extender jump forward. And I actually played the Ceratop engine.
How was that for you?
So let me see. About 2 weeks ago, OCG dropped the new ban list, Limit Hornet Drone. So since I know I'm going back to China for OCG for like 2 months, I might as well just build the OCG list for fun. Then I realized, they released Ceratop 2 now. Let me try it. This is a 1 card Invoker. We know that part last year from Zoo format. Then I just realized how broken this card as a 1 card is. Like, I remember this card is broken. This card is limited for a reason. And in this deck, you have 60 cards, so you're not like drawing. The chance of drawing Takatambo isn't high at all. And once you draw this Ceratop, it's a blowout. It's a 1 card. In OCG at least, it's a 1 card extra link board. In TCG, I think it's like maybe not guarantee 1 card ending. I don't quite remember, but at least push you a lot further with just 1 card. And when I was testing after putting this engine in my deck, I realized Takatambo isn't really breaking, because you always get to Nightmare Goblin in the middle of your combo. So if you raw draw a Takatambo without Ceratop, you just special summon there. And you'll also, most of the time, you make the Goblin with a Gouki, like Octo Stretch. So at that point, you search Twist Cobra and additional normal summon, so you link, so it exceeds the Twist Cobra and Takatambo for Invoker. Then you just have another Gouki monster, because you just invoke the Super X there. Yeah. And for hand traps, play 3 Ash and 3 draws. To be honest, if I can, I won't play any hand trap in the main deck. I think all hand trap is just.
I remember you complaining about Droll, especially.
I was complaining about it because that hurt me the most. That's pretty much the only hand trap that can just tell me to stop. Since we don't have Maxi, obviously. Well, I will most likely just go into the Maxi. Anyway, yeah. So I put in 1 draw at the beginning just because I play 1 for 1 as well. That's one of the extender. I need another non-Gouki Octo Stretch level 1 monster. So I was debating between Joel and Vader. I was like, Joel seems better than that. So I just put in 1. Then later, realized Trickstar is too popular. I need Ash to negate Reincarnations. And also negate engages when they have enough spells in the graveyard. And then later at the ARG last weekend, I topped by all my loss were to mirror match. So I was like, I guess I need to play at least some hand trap just to do the mirror match. That's why I just maxed out the draw. Yeah. And that's all the monsters. I think it's 34 monsters.
Pretty good amount.
Yeah. And spells, rematch, sword, Mumia Shield, the standard. Like I said, I think most of the Gouki monsters are just brick. That's why I actually lowered the Gouki amount. If I play 2 rematch, it might just be a brick when I was testing. So I was like, I cut rematch to 1. Once enough most of the time. Since I don't rely on the rematch, I can use other extenders to do my combos. And Phoenix Blade is obvious. That's the best equipped spell. A lot of people don't play Mumia Shield, which is, it's like the deck. If you don't play Mumia Shield, there's a decent percentage. If you open with double, you dead. Your ISO not activating the second effect. It's literally not doing anything. And this is the very few equipped spell that can just go back to your deck if you draw it. And also it has a very decent effect that actually won me a game in time. I think I normal summon and Vion or Armageddon Knight trying to activate, he ashed it. So I was like, I can't do anything. It could move me a short pass. And he couldn't attack the monster because my monster will always be 100 bigger than him. And he can only set a monster. So my turn, I just like, no, some another monster. Violent attack, whatever you set, I'm always beating it. The other monster attack, then it's almost time. Then it's game. And yeah, these three. And I played the Sky Striker engine. This is pretty much one of the best card in the game at this point.
How many times did you get off the extra draw effect with it? Not very normally,
do not
right?
rely on the extra draw effect because the point is just to get a free monster without normal summoning. If you go second, this card is 2 free monsters to break boards. And it did draw me some cards, but like if I sure my hand wasn't able to let me do it, I just don't rely on it.
Of course.
Yeah. And then play 3 more Horner Drones. In my opinion, this is a better, more greedy, and more risky Horner Drone. Because there's something, it has almost the same requirements. It says no monster, this is no monster in the main monster zone. It's pretty much the same. It's something a monster that can access to malicious later. The difference or the downside is you have to pay half your life. So it's risky, but every time I resolve it, or I activate even it got ashed, I'm able to do my combo with under no interruption, so it's good. I like the card. I do side them out when time is almost called for like game 2 or 3. But I think I don't regret playing this card, and never killed myself. I always just activate and win the whole game already at that point.
Yeah, most of the time when you're resolving your combo, it is just game.
Yeah. And because you're a combo deck, you play Call by Grave, obviously. I also get fucked by Call by Grave a lot of times. Because I play 60, so I don't rely seeing them. It's just like, if I do see them, I do. But if I don't, I guess I just play into it. Then next are the older one-offs. Rhoda, Foolish, 1-for-1, Monster Reborn, Soul Charge. And I also play 1 Wolaxi Succession.
What's this card do? Because I'm sure most people are not aware.
It's a monster reborn to any monster a link monster point to. So, so against like any Sky Striker, when they have an arrow open for you, it's just a monster reborn. And I was like, when I was playing 40, there's 2 reborn cards. I guess. Now I'm playing 60, I can play 1 more reborn, so the ratio's still fine. Like, I don't like any other reborn cards like Living Fossil. Other people tried it. I don't like that card because you cannot summon Link monster back. My deck has already enough ability to summon a random monster for Link materials, but I don't see that many cards that can just straight summon a Link monster back and sit there. That also has effect, which this card is the only option. Like, I might put this card up to 2, but at the same time, it's like, it's not a starter, it's an extender. So, I think 1's enough, 1's okay. And Monster Reborn is also an extender, not a starter at that point. And the last spells, I played 3 Twin Twister in the main deck.
How was that for you?
So when I was testing, I realized there's a lot of draws in the format, especially from like, if it's from mirror matches, like really just you can hope that's all you can do. But against like Trickstar or Pure Striker, like their draws isn't really scary because they can't guarantee kill you next turn. So, but most of their threat are like back row and hand trap. But if they draw you, they already use their hand trap. So now the majority of their threat are from their back rows. Then at that point, I'll just send my Twin Twister. And if it's Twin Twister hit 2, which now we break even, now it's my turn again. You still have no threat to me. So I view this card as mainly an out to, or not even out, an answer to drawing Lockbird. Just because you wanna slow me down, then I don't want you to I don't want you to interrupt me further. Yeah, I mean, like if you don't play these in the main deck, you aside them anyway. So I was like, I feel like these better just being main deck. Also, I have used to be in the side and I swap it because the format, the hand trap ratio changed in the format. I'll explain more when we got to the side part. So that spell, I think it's 24 spells. In the trap, I play one of the PK trap and Imperial Order.
As Imperial Order.
So, well, let me start with the PK trap. The PK trap, if you roll I say it's a monster. If you draw the boots or you have a way to send boots to graveyard, that's a free monster. If you somehow draw both boots and the trap, you're still able to activate the trap. And since this card is still a Phantomite card and become a monster, you also have a Phantomite monster on the field, and you still get to special summon the boots. So you still made the nice sword with a normal summon, which isn't bad at all. And Imperial Order, same reason, or similar reason as Toon Twister. It's like your Trickstar or Striker opponent won't be able to kill you turn 2 after they hand trap you, but you're still able to get the game if you have Imperial Order. They have very minimum outs to it, or they have to commit to weird stuff to out it. And yeah, this card, we all know this card is broken when this format is a spell, like a heavy spell-based format. That's why I just decided to main deck. Also, I think I won like a few games with it. I didn't see it very often. And that's the whole main deck, 60 cards. The weird part is you can't really find which 20 cards are the extra cards. So I think that's the best part I like about the deck. Next, we go to the extra deck. There's 2 ISO, standard. The second one always come, like, it happens a lot, so I will probably never play only one. It's risky. And Kaguri, because I play the Sky Strikers. Linkreebo and Underclock.
How common is Underclock to come up?
So, because now there's Gambler Dragon, you always need to link away the Linkreebo for something, so you're able to bring Linkreebo back your opponent's turn to trigger Gambler Dragon. Which, at a point I was debating between 2 Linkreebo or just Linkreebo Underclock. I was like, Underclock seems better. This also works if you get cherried. So it's like, just 1/1 is better than just 2 Linkreebos. Then there are the Nightmares. Goblin, Mermaid, Cerberus, Phoenix, Unicorn. A lot of people will play 2 Phoenix like I did before. I was playing 2 Phoenix for a long time. Then I cut the second one for the Underclock. Just because like the one of the Troymers is there just for the left or right arrows, which Underclock can do the same thing. And when like sometimes you will have to use the first one to bait out back rolls, then I just do my board in the opposite direction, so I won't use the second one. I just use Cerberus instead. And then more extra that Trigate, Firewall, Gambler, and Invoker. Yeah, these 2 are your ending boards. There is a combo you can end with both of them, but I think that combo, your Gambler has to pitch your hand for 4 cards for the 2 different times, so it's not optimal. You didn't use the second effect to extra link the discard opponent. And so usually when I do my combos, I just debate to see which ending board will be more optimum. If I'm if I'm thinking I might get drawed, I just make Trigate, or start with trying to make Trigate. If I have Call by Grave or my hands is great, I just go into Gambler, then try to rip cards from my opponent. And Gambler's 3k actually happens like I use Mermaid to decrease the board load for 1k, that make Gambler just be over it. Yeah, there used to be a Dark Claw here because I do have Hero Lifts and Shadow Mist with a Mass Change second before in the main deck, but I really couldn't find a place to fill in. Like every 15 cards here are necessary.
So there's not much wiggle room here.
Yeah, the only possible one is the second ISO, but it's way too risky since I always use it. Like almost at least 2 games, like at least almost every game. If not like at least every 2 games. So it's like I can't really risk cutting this card, and I don't see anything else being cuttable. I can move the Gumbler to the side, and I don't want to do it because I already have a Cowboy inside. So yeah, so unfortunately I have to cut the Dark Claw, which is when I was testing for doing the energy. It's also another ending boy I can have. I beat down my opponent 1 game with just Dark Claw Imperial Order on my field. Yeah,
that seems fair.
That happened. I really want to play it because that's like, if you raw draw Machine second and your opponent like Vader or Impermanence your Armageddon, you can just chain 2 and play around it. But unfortunately I don't have space for it. Then it's the side deck. Play 1 Cowboy in the side, 2 Sphere, 2 Ogre, 2 Cherry, 3 Pot of a Christmas, 2 Shirite, and 3 Evenly Match.
Alright, so overall, how did you feel about your side deck? Were you happy with it, or?
I think my side is pretty good. Like, I decided, like, right before Nats, I decided to focus more on Mirror Match. So I bump up the hand trap ratio a little bit higher. It used to be like 4 or 5 sides for mirror, and this is for time because the new end match procedure.
How many times did that come up today, or this weekend?
I actually killed 2 people in time. Like twice, like 2 games, 2 matches. Used to be 3 Shirai's, then I realized my deck is already beating the Trickstar and Striker deck.
So you tried to tell your deck.
So I just cut 1. I just cut 1 for more hand traps in case mirror match happens. A normal Gouki deck rely a lot for the normal summon. That's why they are like, it's risky for them to side in Sphere mode. But my deck has like, I have Hero Lifts, I have Corner Drone, I have all my extenders. The worst case, I special summon Graph by Pitcher Malicious. So it's like, I'm able to put in Sphere modes. That's why I actually kept the Sphere modes in my side. And it used to be 3 Cherries, no Ogre. Then last weekend at the ARG, Pendulum won. So I was like, I don't have a target for Pendulum with Cherries. I was just putting Ogres. Like 2/2 is better if you draw different ones. They have 1 call by the grave. Instead of you draw 2 Cherries, they have a call by the grave, then you're just dead. Yeah, and these were used to. I decided to put these cards in my deck after Wise's Secaucus because I was playing a similar concept 40 card deck, and all my loss were 2 Cherries. So I was like, right after day 1, after I'm out from main event, I was like, let me put these cards in my deck so I won't get Cherry for sure. Then when I used it, I was like, wait, I can even put Malicious back to my deck, so I can Malicious 4 times in your turn.
Which is not very fair.
Well, yeah, which is not fair, but it's pretty fun. Like, the concept is pretty good. It didn't happen today, but it did happen before. Because I don't think I went first that many games. Well, I went first, but I didn't see this card, and my opponent didn't even cherry me. Like, recently when I'm testing, I realized a trend, since there's more Trickstars, a lot of people just removed their cherries from main deck to the side deck. And therefore, I don't think it's necessary to main the pots. That's why Twin Twister used to be these 3 cards, and pots used to be in the main deck. Then I just switched them. And evenly is evenly. I think evenly is here more like to scary opponent instead of just actually use it. I don't remember resolving it that many times. More of the time it's just like go straight into battle phase, pretend I actually have it.
Yeah, and then your opponent will just flip all their things.
Hope my opponent reincarnation to reset my breaky hands. Which my hands, it happened, but also did happen like on the feature match. My opponent somehow didn't have a reincarnation in 3 of his back rows, which make it so awkward to just start to play main phase 2 and committing the battle phase. Losing the battle phase actually cost me the game because then it went into time. I couldn't push for any damage. I was burned from the lickers. Like if I just straight start by playing my game, I will be able to enter battle phase and at least punch the damage he burned me. So
it's just unfortunate.
It's like risky, half. I was playing like super safe, so I don't think I did wrong. It's just unfortunate.
Yep.
And that's pretty much all the side decks.
Is there anything major you would change about the deck going forward?
I don't think so. Like I think my list is pretty good. Maybe a little bit in the side. I mean, in the extra deck, but I really don't have space to change in my extra deck.
All right, Shu. Any shout outs? Anything you wanna?
Shout out to my friend Leon, Christian, George.
What's up?
Yeah, everyone. Everyone who helped me play test with me. I'll be my punching bag more of the time. Yeah, and shout out to my local out in the universe. It was a great local. And shout out to everyone who helped me. Although I pretty much came with this idea by myself. After saw one Gouki list played in OCG with 60 cards. So I can try this idea and worked out in one of the Switch tournament in my local. I went undefeated the entire tournament.
I remember, you're my only loss.
Yeah. So I am pretty satisfied with my deck. I tried pretty hard. I lost 3 of my loss. 2 of them were because of time. One of them was just unfortunate. I drew worse than my opponents. I couldn't, which always happened at least once in a tournament. So I was like, I was close. I got 100s. If I was X2-1, I will make it. But I was unfortunate X3. Yeah. A lot of people saw what happened on the feature match. On feature match, my game 1 hand was unplayable. But game 2, I resolved my full combo under Ash and Ogre.
Which is pretty incredible compared to other Gouki decks couldn't do that.
The other Gouki deck has no way to do it. After my opponent Ash and Ogre me, I Gumbler ripped 2 cards. Then pass. He has one card left. Ibli on the field. I have Necroguarder in my graveyard. So, like, he pretty much have no out. Like, even you Sphere Mode me, you down to 1 card. Have fun with that 1 card to like 2 other monsters on my board.
Plus everything else that continues to come.
Yeah, I still have everything. And game 3. So let me explain why I lost in game 3. So game 3, my opponent start. It's a standard Trickstar Striker play engage Candina. So his ending was Shizuku, Leclerc's 3 sets, have double engage and Candina in hand. That's what I know. And goes to my turn. Was like, it's a Trickstar player. My hand was like actually decent, but I don't want to risk it. So I go straight battle phase. Like, there's 3 sets. One of them has to be Scapegoat. One of them has to be Reincarnation. That's usually what happens. Let him Reincarnation me in the battle phase, so I can chain Twin Twister, pitch my Malicious, hit the other 2, and chain my Hornet Drone. Then he'll banish 4 of my cards I drew 4. Main phase 2, I have Hornet Drone and 2 more Malicious, and I will draw at least 1 Gouki, and then it's the completely full combo. And he will just die because after I set up my board, he has no alter. He also went first. He won't be able to have Sphere Modes or evenly match. So I did that. It was like stand by main battle, end of battle step, end of battle phase. He just said no response, no response. I was like, okay, this looks pretty awkward at this point. So main phase 2 starts, set my Foolish Burial, activate Twin Twister, pitch Malicious, had 2 sets. He chained one of the target was Shurite. Then he chained the last set that I didn't target. It was called by the grave, target my Malicious. So at that point it just goes weird. I proceed, still did the extra link board. but time was closed, and in his turn, he had share. I drew infinite cards, and I just couldn't finish his turn. That's why I lost. Because the Lycra's burned like half of my life.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, that's what happened on stream. A lot of people asking me why you didn't enter battles. Like, it's already main phase 2. I did already. So, yeah. It's just unfortunate. I tried. That's it.
Alright.